Welcome. This video will aim to give you a broad overview of Zoom in general. For demonstration purposes, I have 3 cameras streaming as if I'm 3 different participants in a meeting: my desktop computer, my iPad, and my phone. Before we start, here are some timestamps you can go to skip to wherever you need to go. With that said, let's begin. When you start a meeting without a videographer, you are the host. We provide you a host link in your assignment emails. By clicking on this link, Zoom will automatically start the meeting and designate you as the host. This is not the case when the deposition is noticed as a video. The videographer logs in as the host and always makes sure you are a co-host. Making someone a co-host gives them the power to mute, lock screen sharing, lock the meeting, rename, and many other useful tools. To do this, right-click the person either in the meeting itself or in the participants panel. Click Make a Co-host and then confirm. Note, some people can't be made into co-hosts, most likely from the device they're connecting from, like a TV. Videographers by default will make you the co-host in case of a connection loss. To rename someone, or yourself, you must either be the host or the co-host. To do this, right-click on the person and click Rename, then rename them appropriately. This can also be done in the participants channel or using the 3 dots that appear on a person's webcam. To give someone a spotlight, a few things must be required first. You must have at least 3 participants in the Zoom call. This includes yourself, so really just 2 others, and the person you want to spotlight must be able to show video, like a webcam. If the person you want to spotlight doesn't have access to video, you won't be able to spotlight them. This goes hand in hand with the View tab. At the top right, you can click View and you can change the way you see the meeting. Changing to gallery mode is recommended since the videographer will spotlight the witness by default. This will let you see all the participants speaking at once. Gallery is also very useful when it comes to exhibit sharing, because when someone shares their screen, it will take up the entirety of the screen. Switching to another view like gallery and moving it around a bit, you can bring back the people and you can scale the screen share down to where you want to. To record a meeting, in the toolbar at the bottom of your Zoom application, there is a record icon. If you don't see it, it could be under the More tab. When you record, make sure to click Record to Cloud. This will record to a server where we can access it later. Once you start recording, you have 2 options when it comes to stopping it: pause or stop. Pause will have the current recording stop and will pick back up when you resume it. Stopping will cause the Zoom recording to be done, and if you record again, it will make a separate recording. This is very useful for when there are multiple witnesses. To find your current meeting room's information, click the icon that looks like a shield. Once clicked, this will display a link to the current Zoom meeting, the phone number of the meeting, and the password if it has one. Pinning versus spotlighting accomplishes basically the same goal. When you pin someone, they will become your active speaker, but this only affects what you see. The other participants' screens and recordings are not affected. When you spotlight someone, this does change how everyone else sees the meeting as well as the recording. Spotlighting can only be done by the host, whereas anyone can pin anyone. To change your audio or video settings, you can go down to the mute and video icons. Clicking on either of the icons will either mute or turn off your video. Clicking either again will respectively turn that back on. In the top right of both these icons is a little arrow that will open the devices that can be used with that option. In the audio, there is 2 separate lists, one for speakers and one list for microphones. Choose the option you want for each and then you can test by clicking the test speaker and microphone options. Hello, good morning. Likewise, in the video list, you can find the devices that are capable of displaying video. Backgrounds can be accessed in the Video Error tab while in a Zoom meeting. You can have the options to blur your background, change the background, or a multiple of other things. Zoom will automatically cut you out and put the background behind you. Note, if you have a computer that is a bit on the older side, you might not have a powerful enough processor to use these functions. If that's the case, you won't see these options. To be able to change your background on a lower-end PC, you will have to have a green screen, and then check the box that says, I have a green screen. Dialing into a meeting with your phone is pretty easy. Call 1-646-568-7788 They will ask for your meeting ID number and will at some point ask you for the meeting password. If you're calling in from a phone, you will use the numeric password. Calling is useful when your audio is low or you believe there is lag in the audio or video. You can call dial in to see if this clears it up for you. That should cover the basics. Please let us know if you have any questions, and happy Zooming!